Hello everyone, welcome to this series on literary theory, and this is the fourth part of the mythological and archetypal approach, and we are discussing anthropology and its uses in myth criticism. Introduction. The rapid advancement of modern anthropology since the late 19th century has significantly influenced the field of myth criticism. This video explores how anthropological discoveries and methodologies have been applied to the understanding of literature, particularly through the works of Cambridge Hellenists and Sir James G. Fraser. These scholars have illuminated the connections between ancient myths, rituals, and literary narratives, offering a deeper insight into the cultural and psychological underpinnings of storytelling. The Cambridge Hellenists and early contributions. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, a group of British scholars known as the Cambridge Hellenists began applying recent anthropological discoveries to the study of Greek classics. Noteworthy contributions by this group include Anthropology and the Classics, edited by R. R. Merritt, Jane Harrison's Themis, Gilbert Murray's Euripides and His Age, and F. M. Comfort's Origin of Attic Comedy. These works explored the mythic and ritualistic origins of classical literature, revealing the deep connections between cultural practices and literary forms. Sir James G. Fraser and the Golden Bough. The most significant member of the British school was Sir James G. Fraser, whose monumental work, The Golden Bough, has had an enormous influence on both 20th century literature and criticism. Fraser's comparative study of the primitive origins of religion in magic, ritual, and myth demonstrated the universal nature of human desires and fears as reflected in ancient mythologies. His work highlighted the recurring motif of the dying and resurrected god as seen in the myths of Orisis, Tammuz, Adonis, and Attis. The archetype of crucifixion and resurrection. Fraser's main contribution was to demonstrate the essential similarity of man's chief wants everywhere and at all times, particularly as these wants were reflected throughout ancient mythologies. He explained the myths of dying and resurrected gods symbolized the yearly decay and revival of life, especially vegetable life. This archetype of crucifixion and resurrection, specifically the myths of describing the killing of the divine king, reflected a deep-seated cultural belief in the connection between the ruler's vitality and the prosperity of the land. Ritual sacrifice and the scapegoat archetype. Among many primitive peoples, the belief that the ruler's life was intertwined with the natural and human productivity led to rituals of sacrifice. If a king showed signs of failing health, he was often killed to transfer his soul to a more vigorous successor. This practice evolved into the use of substitute figures or symbolic sacrifices. Fraser also highlighted the corollary scapegoat archetype, where the corruptions of the tribe were transferred to a sacred animal or person who was then killed to achieve spiritual and natural rejuvenation. These rituals ensured the tribe's survival and prosperity. Modern vestiges of ancient rules. Fraser emphasized that these ancient customs have vestiges in modern society, such as the irrational persecution of minority groups or the more benign celebrations of New Year's and Easter. Modern writers like Shirley Jackson in The Lottery have effectively employed the scapegoat motif to critique contemporary social practices. Impact on myth criticism and drama. The insights of Fraser and the Cambridge Hellenists have been particularly helpful in myth criticism, especially in analyzing drama. Scholars theorize that ancient tragedies originated from primitive rites celebrating the deaths and rebirths of gods. For instance, Oedipus by Sophocles reflects the fusion of myth and literature containing familiar archetypes such as the quest motive and the king as sacrificial scapegoat motive. Sophocles' Oedipus, a case study. Oedipus by Sophocles is a prime example of how ancient myths were incorporated into literature. The plot of Oedipus, which was well known long before Sophocles immortalized it as a tragic drama, contains archetypes like the hero's journey and the sacrificial scapegoat. Oedipus's quest to uncover the truth about his origins and his ultimate self-sacrifice to save Thebes exemplify these archetypes. The sacrificial hero in modern literature, Hamlet. Gilbert Murray, in his study Hamlet and Orestes, pointed out similarities between Shakespeare's Hamlet and Greek tragedies like Oedipus and Agamemnon. Both Hamlet and ancient tragedies involve royal figures associated with pollution of the social order. Hamlet's journey, filled with archetypal images of disease and corruption, mirrors the ancient sacrificial rites aimed at restoring social and natural order. Hamlet's archetypal journey. Hamlet's role as the sacrificial hero who must avenge his father's murder and offer himself as a scapegoat is central to the play's thematic core. His journey from innocence to maturity, marked by his dark quest for truth, is rich with archetypal significance. The play's imagery and motifs reflect the ancient myths of divine appointment and the consequences of disrupting the natural and social order. Archetypes in lyric poetry, marvels to his choir mistress. Even in shorter literary forms like lyric poetry, mythic elements can be found. Andrew Marvell's To His Choir Mistress explores themes of time and immortality using archetypal imagery. The poem's rejection of traditional concepts of immortality, its stark presentation of naturalistic time, and its concluding embrace of cyclical time all contribute to its profound metaphysical insight. Conclusion. The application of anthropological insights to literary criticism has enriched our understanding of the mythic and ritualistic foundations of literature. The works of the Cambridge Hellenists and Sir James G. Fraser have provided invaluable tools for exploring the deep cultural and psychological roots of storytelling. By examining the archetypal patterns in literature, myth critics uncover the enduring human concerns and desires that resonate across time and cultures. So this was the discussion on the use of anthropology in myth criticism. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other topic. Until then, goodbye and thank you.